afternoon, everybody. My name is Durya and Nadeem. We live in a world of LOL, OMG, and BFF. So I thought long and hard and came up with CVP. Does anybody have an idea on what that means? I know you all are thinking that we know CNN and CBS, but what in the world is CVP? Let me solve this puzzle for you. CVP means communication brings peace. And that is the very topic of my speech. To prove this, I will apply the Rotary's fantastic four-way test. First of all, is it the truth? Can communication really bring peace? Peace may look a little different to everyone. To me, it doesn't mean the absence of conflict. That would be an idealized world in which none of us live in. Rather, it's learning how to deal with conflict, compassionately and with kindness in mind. So is it the truth? Well, how can we do this if we don't communicate? Through positive communication, we can bring peace into our homes, schools, country, and even the whole world. Secondly, is it fair to all concerned? As our world seems to be bombarded with new technology and gadgets every day, we are losing the real communication. We have a long list of friends on Facebook and numerous followers on Instagram. However, the number of real friends that we have is declining. Our focus is on quantity instead of quality. Our thumb communication is increasing exponentially, while our verbal communication is slowly coming to an end. We have to be really concerned about this issue and deal with it using the fundamentals of CVP, which are communicate with compassion and kindness. We can only achieve this through face-to-face communication and not with our thumbs. Just simply saying, "I love you" to your spouse, or "I'll always be there for you" to your kids, and especially "thank you" to your parents can bring peace and tranquility into your home. And whenever you want to bring peace to the world, it always starts from home. Let me tell you a personal example. Due to lack of communication, I myself have faced this problem before. As a 6th grader, when I got my first B+, I was scared to tell my parents because I didn't want to disappoint them. So I kept it to myself. Not too long after, due to the wonderful Home Access Center, my parents found out about my grade, and they were very disappointed in me. However, they weren't disappointed about the grade, but rather the fact that I didn't communicate about it with them. They said they'd always be there for me in any situation, either good or bad. If I had communicated before, I wouldn't have been scared to tell them about my grade. Luckily, we all learn from mistakes, and this is one mistake I'm glad I made, because it gave me the confidence to communicate with my parents about anything. Thirdly, will it build goodwill and better friendship? To prove this, I want you to look to your sides for a second and think about what you see. Definitely a different person, right? We all are different in different ways, and that difference is what makes us unique. Our differences and uniqueness is what enable us to conquer the impossible. But how can we do this if we don't communicate? When we communicate, we see that we have more similarities than differences. Actually, let me prove this to you. With a show of hands, how many people like pizza? How many of you enjoy snow days? How many of you wish that we had a lower tax rate? You see, we have more in common than differences. Through looks, we can only see the outside and view the differences. However, when we communicate, we can unlock the similarities inside, which can build goodwill and better friendship. Last but not least, will it be beneficial to all concerned? This can be very tricky. Communication is a very powerful skill. It can be used as a treaty to to bestow upon peace, or it can be used as a weapon to start World War III. As Uncle Ben from Spider-Man once said, with great power comes great responsibility. Throughout the course of history, the human race has succeeded because it has the ability to make a choice. Either it's right or wrong. This means that we can use the power of communication the right way and become connectors, which will be beneficial to all concerned and bring peace and justice for all. Or we can use it the wrong way and become dividers, which will fill this world with hate, violence, and chaos. We've seen a lot of that this year, unfortunately, as extremist groups have harnessed social media to spread their message of hate. However, we've also seen the power of using communication the right way and to conquer such hate. In conclusion, as our 40th president, Ronald Reagan, once said, I've always believed that a lot of the troubles in the world would disappear if we were to talk to each other instead of about each other. If we all try our best to change a part of the world that we interact with the most for the better, through communication, we can steer this world in a better direction. Communication truly can bring peace. So the next time you're tempted to LOL or TTYL, try putting that device down. And remember, CBP.